Hey, this is Gerald with DjangoAddict. This is a channel for beginners to teach about web development, Python, data science, and just programming in general. This is the first video in a series that's going to take you from knowing absolutely nothing to becoming a full stack web developer. Now, the first step in doing that is you're going to need to install a few things on your computer just so that you can follow along. One of them being a Linux terminal. Um, Either WSL, or you can also follow along with Git Bash. Now, I want to say you can go with command prompt, Windows command prompt, um, but I wouldn't recommend it because, well, here's Windows command prompt on the screen. I wouldn't recommend it because you're gonna have a lot of workarounds and things just to get your programs up and running. And when you're ready to deploy things, most web servers use a Linux style terminal. So, just do yourself a favor. You're going to have to learn Linux anyway. You might as well get started with it instead of trying to work around things. And, I realize a lot of people want to just get to the cool stuff first, so they kind of skip over um, learning Linux. Also, the next thing is you're going to want to install an IDE. It stands for Integrated Development Environment. There's plenty of IDEs out there. You can pretty much pick whichever one that you feel most comfortable working with and install and work on those. So I personally use VS Code. You can download and use whichever one works for you. This video is just to show you how to install WSL, or otherwise known as Windows Sub Linux. Now, and if you're using Mac, you guys have a Linux style terminal, I believe also. So, just enter that and you'll be able to follow along with the rest of the videos. Ubuntu is one of the most popular Linux style terminals. So, that's what we're going to be installing today. And okay, so the first step, we're going to want to go to the control panel. Okay, and we're going to want to go to programs. Where's programs? Programs. Turn Windows features on and off, and you're going to want to scroll all the way down here and you'll be able to find Windows subsystem for Linux. You want to check this and click OK. Alright, it's going to take a little bit. And then next we're going to reboot our machine. It's going to take a little bit of time. Okay, so once that's finished applying, you can just restart your computer. Okay, so next we're going to go to the Windows Store and we're going to type Ubuntu, which is a Linux distribution. And as of the time of this video, 18.04 is the latest version, so that's what we're going to download. It's going to prompt you for a password, and just type that in. Okay, there we go. It's downloading. And we'll come back when it's finished and we'll continue on. Alright guys, so now we're finished installing and we just click launch. Okay, it's going to take a few minutes to install, so we'll come back when this is done. Okay, so it's finished up now, and so now it's going to ask you for a username. We can do DjangoAddict. DjangoAddict, and just enter in a password. I'll also show you how to get Git Bash up and running. Uh, let's see, it comes with when you download Git. Let's see, I'm on Windows, so I'm going to be clicking this. If you're on Mac, you can just download the one for Mac, but you also already have a Linux style terminal in your computer, so you won't need Git Bash. The reason I like Git Bash is it works right out of the box. There's not much explaining to do. Um, just download it, install it, and you'll be able to follow right along. So, okay, let's install. Click next, next, next. See, you will also be able to use Git Bash, the command prompt, and Windows PowerShell. Okay, things are installing. Okay, and then you can launch Git Bash right from here if you want. And there we go. Alright, so that wraps up the video. Let me know what you think below. And if you like the video, click like and subscribe, and you can follow along for the next one.